it is that time of year again, the end of a season. Which season? I'm not sure. I live in Southern California. We don't have seasons here. Just kidding. It's spring. Spring is ending, so it is time for my spring favorites, where I talk about everything that I discovered during spring that I absolutely love and highly recommend. This video is not sponsored by any of these products or brands or whatever. Not that it would really matter, because I wouldn't talk about a product or a brand or whatever that I didn't absolutely love, even if they gave me a ton of money. But anyway, before I show you all these products that I love, please do give this video a big thumbs up, because it really does support me and my channel, and I really appreciate it. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also the notification button so that you get notified when I post new videos, because YouTube likes to not notify people of these things. And also, if you guys have any products that you discovered in the last few months that you are in love with, please let me know down there so that I can try them too, because I'm always on the lookout for new cool things. Starting off with foodie things, because everyone loves foodie things. First things first, this is not by any means new to probably anyone other than me, but I have recently gotten on a coffee kick. I wasn't big into coffee, now I'm trying to incorporate coffee because I've read about some of its amazing health benefits, and so I found black light coffee at the farmer's market, and it is freaking amazing. Like, I am not the biggest fan of the flavor of coffee. It tastes like dirt. And so I told the guy at the farmer's market that I hate the taste of coffee, but I want to try to start drinking coffee. He recommended this one. The flavor is When Harry Met Coffee. All of their coffee flavors have like really fun names, and I love it because it's like a much less acidic, earthy taste, and it's great. And I love this brand so much because all of their coffees are organic, and coffee is one of the things that, like, if you don't get it organic, it can be covered in a ton of chemicals. Like, it's one of the worst products to get non-organic. I will link to this company as well as everything else that I talk about down the description. The next thing is something that I love putting in my coffee. If you follow me on Instagram, shameless plug, go follow at Misfit and Nerdy. You may have noticed that I've been a little bit obsessed with making chocolate chai lattes with like some sort of chai mix and cacao, obviously, because chocolate is life, and then put that in my coffee with a little bit of milk or whatever. One of my favorite, quickest, easiest ways to do this is to use the new Four Sigmatic Chai Latte Mix. This is an adaptogenic mushroom mix, so it has 2 different adaptogenic mushrooms in it. For those of you who don't know, adaptogens are substances that are usually either roots or mushrooms that help balance out different levels of different things in the body. So for example, reishi is amazing at balancing out cortisol, so if you're super stressed, it'll help bring your cortisol levels down. And then turkey tail is great for the gut as well as the immune system. So this mix has those 2 mushrooms in it, as well as coconut milk, palm sugar, and then for the chai spices it has cinnamon, cardamom, ginger, and cloves, and black pepper. And so it's just like the perfect chai latte mix to dump into my coffee. It's also delicious by itself or in some warm like almond milk or something. Just overall amazing. When I do my coffee, I will add 1 packet of this, like half a teaspoon of cacao powder, a little bit extra cinnamon because I love cinnamon, and then the tiniest splash of maple syrup because when I add all the cacao powder it can get really bitter, and then usually a splash of almond milk or cashew milk or whichever milk I happen to have. Next is my newest protein obsession. For years I have basically only stuck to the Amazing Grass chocolate peanut butter protein powder and then mix that in with like my favorite smoothie recipe with like a banana and other chocolatey and peanut buttery things to make it the ultimate chocolate peanut butter protein smoothie. But since discovering Organifi, I have been obsessed with this protein. Not only does it taste amazing, like no joke, this is by far the best vegan protein or kind of any protein that I have ever tasted. Like, you can easily get this down with just water. It's fantastic. But also the ingredients are amazing. They're all really well sourced. They're all organic. The protein blend is 3 different kinds of protein. So it has pea protein, pumpkin protein, and quinoa protein, which is great because most vegan protein powders are just pea protein, and it's great to have that diversity. And there's no artificial anything. It's sweetened with stevia and monk fruit, and you guys know that I really don't like the taste of stevia. I can't taste it at all in here, so that's fine with me. Now, I would never advocate making protein powder a staple in your diet. If possible, you should get all of your protein from whole, unprocessed foods. But if there's a day where you know you're gonna be super low in protein because maybe you're like going out with friends and you know that there's gonna be limited food, or you know, I have protein powder all the time in my smoothies because I love having smoothies, especially when it's super warm out, and it's really hard to get protein into that meal without a protein powder because I'm about to blend up some chicken or some like raw eggs. No. I can use a good protein powder that makes a smoothie like taste good. So it's gonna take me forever to get through this giant tub of protein because I don't consume it all the time, but when I want a protein, this is my new one true love. Mwah. Okay, next foodie thing is something I like literally just discovered. I bought these a month or 2 ago and I didn't open them until last night, and I am in love. I was doing a little mini personal paleo haul on Thrive Market and I saw these and they're just so good. They're essentially just chocolate paleo bites, and I was a little bit skeptical and hesitant to try them because they do have dates in them, and I feel like whenever there's anything paleo that's chocolatey and made from dates, it always just heavily tastes like dates and it's super sweet and I just am not about it. But that's not at all the case for these. They're so good. They're like perfectly sweet and like the perfect combination of ingredients, and it's just amazing. So the main ingredient of these is coconut flakes, and it has honey, dates, cashews, pumpkin seeds, flax seeds, almonds, coconut oil, cacao nibs, cacao powder, vanilla extract, and sea salt. I said I opened this yesterday. It's like there's not much left in here. I've just been snacking on these nonstop. Okay, last food thing. I have to go get out of my freezer because it's really hot in here and I didn't want it sitting out. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. This last food thing is also super exciting and amazing, and I've showed it to you guys before, but I just want to emphasize how amazing it is. It's a cauliflower pizza crust made with like the fewest ingredients imaginable in a cauliflower pizza crust that tastes good. It's from Califlour Foods, and the ingredients are cauliflower, mozzarella cheese, eggs, basil, and garlic. That's it. So many pizza crusts have like a bunch of different fillers in them. Like a lot of them will have cauliflower as the first ingredient, but then have a bunch of other fillers like breadcrumbs and stuff that essentially makes it pointless to be having cauliflower pizza crust. But this is a cauliflower pizza crust made out of actual cauliflower. So I love this so much, and it actually tastes really good. When I talked about this last time, I hadn't tried it yet, but this works so well for pizza. You have to put it in the oven and cook it and then flip it and then cook it some more and then put your toppings on and then cook it again. But it's like the perfect consistency. It doesn't just fall apart as soon as you try to start eating it. I got these for when I was doing keto. I'm not doing keto anymore, but I plan on continuing to eat these. Okay, now we're taking a slight shift from food things to food prep things. There are two things that I started using the last few months that have revolutionized my cooking. So the first one is the George Foreman grill, and I have never had better chicken than when I started using this grill. Whenever I cook chicken, I would either try to bake it, which I would end up over baking it all the time. There was one time when I first started like cooking for myself that I nailed it. Like I cooked some chicken in the oven and it turned out amazing, and I have not been able to replicate it since then. It's been horrible. You plug it in, it heats up, you open it up, you put the chicken, you close it, and then you just leave it for a few minutes until it looks cooked, and you can cut it open, make sure it's cooked. And I have been making the perfect chicken every time. Like it's juicy and moist. Even though that word is horrible, it is moist, and the skin is like perfectly like textured. And if you don't have a George Foreman, you need a George Foreman to cook your chicken. And I haven't tried any other meat in it, but I'm sure it would cook other meat really well too. And then the other cooking utensil that I have is a cast iron pan. I got my mom one for Christmas, and I told her like, yeah, I really want a cast iron pan too, blah, 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 blah. Maybe I'll get one next time they go on sale. And then she surprised me with this, and I didn't realize how much use I would have for a cast iron pan until I had one. I have been using this all of the time. Since I've been experimenting with more red meat, incorporating red meat back into my diet, using this to cook it has been absolutely essential. I really want to make an egg frittata sometime soon, and when you want to make frittatas, you need cast iron. I think I'm saving that for when I start doing my paleo meal prep, when I start phase 2 of my Finding the Perfect Diet, so I'll be sure to show you guys the recipe if I do that. But this, every person with a kitchen needs a cast iron pan. Okay, so that is all of the food related things that I have for you. Now it's time for just a few fitnessy things, and then I'll let you go on your way. First thing, some nice workout leggings. I don't like spending money, so as such, whenever I would walk into Lululemon, I would go in, do a quick lap, and just walk right back out, because that stuff is expensive. But when I went home for Mother's Day, my mom was like, oh, I'll take you to Lululemon and get you a pair of pants. And I was like, okay. So I ended up getting my very first pair of Lululemon leggings the other month, and oh my god, I have been missing out. I should have invested a lot sooner. These are revolutionary. They have changed my life. I am in love. This is all I ever want to wear for the rest of my life. You'll notice that I'm holding 2 pairs of leggings, even though my mom said she would get me 1 pair of leggings. It's because I fell in love so hard that I had to buy another pair with my own money. Pro tip though, if you have a personal training certification, they give you like, it's either 15 or 20% off. I think it was 20% off. So put that to good use, because it saves you a lot of money. I got the Align leggings. I got the black pair in the crop, and then I got it's like an olive green. I don't know what the official color is, but I got an olivey greeny in, I think these are supposed to be like 7/8 leggings, but I'm short, so these go all the way down to my feet. These are the most comfortable leggings I have ever put on my body. They're squat proof, they're super like flexible and comfortable, so you can do like any movement in them and they aren't restrictive at all. They're super high-waisted, so they do a little bit of cinching in at the waist, which is kind of nice. And they're just a dream. My only complaint is that they don't have pockets, but most of my leggings don't have pockets, so that's nothing new. I'm I need another pair ASAP. And then finally, I just wanted to update you guys on all of my favorite podcasts that I am currently making sure to keep up with that are like health and fitness related. I've talked about some of these podcasts before, so I'll start with the new ones. First, there's The Genius Life with Max Lugavere, and he actually wrote a book called Genius Foods, which I highly recommend. But his podcast is also great. He kind of focuses on different aspects of nutrition and how they affect your brain health as well as other health in your body. And I think this is more on the simple side in terms of ease of understanding. Like if you have zero context and zero knowledge about nutrition, I think you can go into his podcast and still understand what's being talked about. Then there's the Ben Greenfield Fitness Podcast, and he is more of like a biohacker. So he talks a lot about different ways to kind of hack your body to be healthier. And so if you're not like super into health and fitness, this might not be the podcast for you, but it still can be really entertaining and you'll still learn a lot. So I definitely recommend it. Revolution Health Radio with Chris Kresser. Chris Kresser, not gonna lie, not the best podcast host. Like, he's a little dull, but the podcast is probably one of the best health and fitness related podcasts that you can listen to. If you listen to it, you will learn a ton. He doesn't post super frequently, but when he does, I get really excited, so that's definitely one to subscribe to. Then there's Found My Fitness with Rhonda Patrick. She's one of the leading minds in the fasting world, and she's just all around kind of a general badass in the health and fitness world. She interviews some of the most amazing people, and again, you'll learn a lot if you listen to that podcast. Then the Obesity Code podcast, I am in the process of starting to catch up on that one, but the few episodes that I have listened to have been absolutely amazing. I've learned so much from it already. I have already recommended the book, The Obesity Code, to all you guys. If you haven't listened to that book, definitely go check it out. But the podcast is like an extended version with Jason Fung, who's the author of The Obesity Code, and just jam-packed full of information. Great one. And then just really quick, these podcasts I've talked about before, but I thought I'd throw them in here just in case you want a comprehensive list of all of the podcasts that I am keeping up with right now. Of course, there is MindPump, the #1 fitness podcast that you have to subscribe to if you want to learn about health and fitness. Just if you don't follow any other ones, if you don't even listen to podcasts, just go listen to MindPump. Then there's Nourish, Balance, Thrive, which is essentially about how to nourish your body, balance your life, and thrive. So it's great. The Align podcast, which has a lot more to do with wellness. The Paleo Solution with Robb, author of Wired to Eat, which I've talked about. This is also a fantastic podcast. It's a little bit more technical than something like MindPump or one of the more basic podcasts, but really great if you're into health and fitness. And then finally, Dr. Ruscio Radio. If you are at all interested in gut health, which everyone should be, because you all have a gut and the gut is extremely important, you should be listening to this podcast. He is just a genius about gut health and it's amazing. Whew. Okay, that was a lot, and that is all I have for you today. Hopefully you were able to pick a few things up from this, you know, maybe get some coffee, get some of the chai latte mix, get a pair of the Align leggings, and subscribe to a podcast. Your life will improve so much. If you haven't already, please do give this video a thumbs up, share it with all of your friends and your family, and put it on one of your groups that you're in Facebook. Leave a comment down below and let me know what products you have discovered most recently that I should try. Subscribe for more videos and hit that notification button so you don't miss those future videos, and I will see you very soon. Bye!